must say government cannot afford to give everybody everything. But when there's enough money, it could spread around. MCAP is a caring team. I am a caring person. All of us here work for everybody. 8 million could give the nurses more money. And one type of service, especially us when I was working in social services, it was very hard because we have to go out there. We don't get no money. I'm fighting for those workers there too. I could not cross the bridge that I have left. I will still work with them. I want to be able to let them be on the system because they don't get the free service like the hospital workers. I'm fighting for all of our social workers. We have faced many unforeseeable situations and valuable situations that we need to go out and work. And we have empathy. We emphasize with every individual that we meet. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remember that where we are tonight, we're going to move from here to the next level. Vote Team MCAP. Vote Team MCAP. We must look at where the Caribbean is going. We need innovative, visionary young people. And tonight, I tell you, we have one of the best leaders that is going to come on board. Dr. Samuel Way and his team. Dr. Sammy and his team. Remember that on election day, look at the strides we have made. We have the mandate to continue. Come Thursday, 24th October, write a history of progress for Montserrat. A history that would help us to be proud, and only by giving this competent team all 9 down the line. And Thursday, when it comes to cast your vote, vote for continuity, vote for proven success, vote for integrity, vote for accountability, vote Aegis Pamela Wade, vote Team MCAP down the line. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Team MCAP all the way. Team MCAP all the way. Vote all 9. May God bless you. And remember, one thing I will leave with you. Do not look back, because when Lot's wife looked back, it turned into a pillar of side. We don't want to look back. We want to go forward together. Forward together. Don't be Lot's wife tonight. Monstration and all other persons and the Caribbean people, don't be Lot's wife tonight. Don't look back. Move forward. All 9 down the line. Thank you.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. PDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM,
We're going good, we're going good, we're going good. We're going good. I want you, as everybody come, to speak. Compare this team with the other teams. Compare this team with the other teams. Mind you, compare them. The proof of the pie is in the eating. And so, I started to tell me what more can MCAP do. We had already laid the foundation. And one of the things that was done was the 6% increase. The last 3 governments, MCAP under Artimede, PDM under Donaldson Romeo, and MCAP under Eastern Taylor Farrell. Compare. Under RTM, we had a half-month salary for 5 years. Under PDM, you had 1% for 5 years. Under Eastern Taylor Farrell, you had 6%. Tell me what more? And there is more. But meanwhile, we'll call the next speaker. Marva Latoya Shalina White. All these names are on the thing, so you can't miss the name when you go to vote. Come forward,
Who we
sister.
voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes.
Good night, Cudjoe Head. Good night, good night, good night. MCAP is back in town, Cudjoe Head. And I know that although I can't see some of you, that you can hear us loud and clear in your homes. I am, as Charles said, Marva Latoya Charlina White. And I am running in the next election. You have 3 days. 3 days to make your X. And I just want to remind you of who I am. I am Charlie White Pickney. For those who don't know me, I belong to Charlie Gibbs. And I am also Teacher Charlina. For those of you who know me as Teacher Charlina, I have taught many of your children in school. I am one of those teachers who have fought tooth and nail to ensure that your children are well taken care of. I thought I would have hear bigger cheer. We don't care about the children. All right. And when you look at the ballot paper and you look at the other teams, there's not one other person on the other teams that have the qualification, the experience in education like I do. I am the person that you would want to fight for your children. I have shown you. That's right, and for the teachers. And let me tell you, when I came back to Montserrat, I joined the union and immediately became the general secretary of the union. The teachers believed that much in me. During that time, I fought tirelessly to ensure that the teachers can get reduced loans at the Bank of Montserrat. I benefited because I had a loan at credit union, and when the bank offered the teachers the lower loan, I switched. That's one thing that I fought for the teachers. I also diligently worked to ensure that I went from business to business to business, asking them to give the teachers % discount so that we can create a teacher's discount cards so that teachers can benefit from being members of the union. I am a hard worker. When I transitioned into being speaker, I put the same tenacity and hard work towards that duty. And you have heard tirelessly over and over how I went away, I represented Montserrat at the highest levels and came back with £2 million for a parliament building that nobody else could have delivered. That is what you call progress representation. During my time, I ensured also that we make sure that the people can have access to their parliament. Another £10,000 to buy streaming equipment to ensure that you can stay in the comfort of your home and watch what is happening in your parliament. That is progress. I have told you who I am. I've shown you how I have worked for Montserrat tirelessly over the last 10 years since I returned to Montserrat. And I'm asking you here to remember that is the same person that is going to go into parliament and stand up for every single one of you. I will fight with the same energy and the same passion for each one of you and for your rights. And Cupid rightly said, I went to the UK and I was tenacious enough to say to the UK speaker, you must come to Montserrat and visit. And then when I came back, I sent a follow-up letter and ensured that I made it come through. I didn't just want to talk, I wanted to make sure I put it in black and white. And you saw, he came to Montserrat the first time a sitting UK Parliament speaker has ever been into one of the overseas territories in the Caribbean. I work to ensure that we get the best representation. And I have chosen to be a part of a team that have equally qualified persons in Siobhan, and Melissa and Gilmore and Cranston and Beatrice and Edith and Joseph Easton Taylor Farrell and our very own Dr. Sammy, all equally qualified. Listen, when you go into the booth, you have one choice. We're voting for life. We're voting for fresh life, fresh energy. We are not going back to the last years. We're not going back to the years when everything died. Hospital project, dead. Geothermal project, dead. Social security was on life support, almost completely dead. Teachers were frustrated. Their salaries and the resources dead. Teachers didn't have chalk, did not have markers, didn't have cleaning supplies, dead. We are not going back to resurrect dead bones, people. Why are we going back to the cemetery to resurrect dead bones? When we have shown you that we have a fresh team, young new ideas, moving you into the digital age, away from the age of those who still think that we're in the time of donkey and carts. They believe that what they did 20 years ago can still happen today. They're trying to fool you. We know it is impossible. Let us choose progress. Let us remember that your decision is going to affect you not just today, but tomorrow and in 10 years. We don't want any more wasted money on Gun Hill. No more wasted money on Piper's Pond. No more $8 million that we have to pay because people are so egotistical. No, man. Listen, we are moving forward. We have fresh ideas. We have shown you what this team is capable of. We have resurrected the health sector. We have resurrected social security. We have resurrected our digital economy. We have resurrected geothermal. We bring new, fresh life to this Montserrat economy. And that is what you are voting for. So when you go to the booth on Thursday morning, remember, you're choosing life. You're choosing life. People, you're choosing life. We're not going back. So, forward movement, forward together. We're choosing MCAP. And I want to say, it is all well and good to see a lot of people. And last night, you all came out in your numbers. I want to say, come out and vote. People, come out and vote. All of these things don't mean anything if you do not vote. Imagine if 100 people that came out yesterday vote all 9. That's 900 votes for MCAP that isn't going anywhere else. Imagine if 200 of us do the same. That's 1,800 votes. That's not going to any other party. Think about that. We want a clear victory. Clear victory. Clear victory. We don't want any narrow margins. So I'm encouraging you. Come Thursday, October 24th. What you going to do? What you going to do? And you're going to encourage 10 more people to do the same. Forward together, Team MCAP. Victory on October 24th.
All right. Charlena, let me get the name right. Marva Latoya Charlena White. Look for her name. And where she down there? All right, Vireen, Sister V. We come from a long way in the trenches. Good to see you home. Good. Glad to have you back. And so we continue with some of the things that we have done. MCAP have increased the threshold for all tax by 3,000, making sure that there's more money in everybody that works on, not just civil servant. So we try our best to go across the board. We are a government that make hard decisions. leadership matters, and I'll tell you about that as we go along. Meanwhile, the inclemency of the weather dictates that we'll have the third person coming up now, Gilmore, Popchow, Williams, Roots in Cudjoe Head, the son of Shaddock. Maybe if we ever say so, is the son of Shaddock and Miss Mana, grandson. So let's say, and Astrid and cousin too. Let me say
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes.
Good night, good night, good night, good night, Cudjoe Head. Baker Hill, Nixon's, the surrounding areas, good night, one and all. MCAP supporters, good night. Tonight I'm not going to be long, short and sweet, because as you see, the weather is not for us tonight. And we have a lot more speakers. So tonight I'm going to tell you a bit about why you should vote for me on election day. First of all, I'm a man that believes in accountability, because all of my life I've studied numbers, and with that I believe that accountability should take you far. During my years at the PIO, I managed $64 million for the government of Montserrat, $64 million over the 5 years. And all of the auditors they sent when the PDM shut down PIO, at the end of it, the PIO staff was short $14.10. And for that, the auditors said that we did a wonderful job. Also, I'm going to talk about tourism, in the fact of sports tourism, any kind of tourism, because I believe that's one of the ways that we're going to drive, this MCAP team is going to drive Montserrat forward. I believe that Berry City needs, and we are going to enhance Berry City and market it properly to ensure that we have double the tourists that we have right now, because that's one of the mandates of the Montserrat Tourist Authority, to ensure that we double the tourists coming to Montserrat. We are going to put in a zip line, because in terms of tourism, we need to ensure that we get people to Montserrat. So a zip line will ensure that we have people. We're going to ensure that we have ATVs in Berry City. We're going to make sure that we put huts out there. There's a museum as you drive into Berry City. One of our missions is to ensure that we develop that into a restaurant so you can overlook and see Berry City. And I believe that if we do that, we'll definitely get the tourists that we want to this country. Another part I'm going to talk about is leadership. Leadership, not my leader Sammy, because we all know about that leader already. He's a great man, and I applaud Sammy for stepping up to the plate when Daddy decided that he wants to give the youth a chance, and sustainable development is what we preach in MCAP. There's a lot of talk about leadership going through the campaigns, and some of them have never led anything in their life. 10 years I've been leading basketball to prosperity from one to the other, and I will continue to do my best, because definitely I will be in power come October 24th. So I will continue to do my best to ensure that basketball and all the sports in Montserrat go from better to better to better. That's right. They say speak it into being. That's what I'm doing tonight. That's what I'm doing tonight. Let me talk about my candidates' friends, because tonight I feel emotional in the fact that it's soon that time, and these people have gone 2 months of stress, of being tired, and they still come out every night to ensure that the people know how we are going to push Montserrat forward. I want to say big up to Siobhan, this lady, my family. I don't know what else I can say about her, but she is very passionate about moving Montserrat forward, and I applaud her. Melissa Greenaway, the legal side of this team, I don't know what we would have done without her. When we are back against the wall and we said, Melissa, how do we do this? And without a clip of a finger, she has everything sorted. Charlena White, my Lord. This woman, if you slip, because she's going to ensure that you're always on the right track. And that's what I love about her. She always have your back to the end. And I applaud Charlena for that. Edith Fenton, the Rose. That's my mommy. My mommy. Without that experience, I don't know what would have happened to us, but Edith has ensured that we are going the right way. And Edith, I love you. Idris Pamela Wade. Idris Pamela Wade. I don't have to say much about Idris, because we all know the passion she has for kids, the passion she has for social services, the passion she has for this country. And I'm telling you and I'm asking you that on October 24th, please, Idris Wade, just vote for Idris, because she is a woman that ensures that family, that ensures that kids, that everybody is on the right path. Quenston Buffon, my friend for life, he said that I suspended him on the Cudjoe Head team and I cost him a championship, but I am somebody that believes in discipline, but Quenston does, and he understood why I did what I had to do. So Quenston, the man, Easton Daddy Taylor Farrell, a man that I've walked with for 2 months, and I don't know what to say about this guy. He is just one of the greatest politicians that ever stepped foot on this country. And I'm not going to sorry for that. And last but not least, the man that's going to take this country to the another level, the man that's going to be the next premier of Montserrat, the man that everybody believes in because he's bright, and it seems like there's something wrong with being bright. But MCAP family, Mr. Dr. Sammy Joseph is the man I decided to lead me into the next election, because he's a man of integrity. He is not a man that's going to do anything stupid. And I know that on October 24th, you're going to vote for Sammy. You're going to vote for Gilmore. You're going to vote for the entire team. Cudjoe Head, I love you.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes.
It's all right. We're on the right track. We're voting for MCAP. All of us, all 9, down the line. We must make a difference. We have to stop this continual stop and start every 5 years. It has to stop if this country, for 30 odd years, for 30 years now in a volcanic crisis. And because of this, every time we change government, things that should have been done have not been done. And we need to break that spell that is on us. Because, tell me what more we can do. We made our decisions in the pandemic to save lives against all insane. It wasn't easy. We have CT scan and mammogram. But we have increased the visiting doctors. You can do all kind of endoscopy and all kind of things now at the hospital. We have a visiting specialist who comes to that. And telemedicine have been in use and going on even as we speak. So nobody bringing it into place. It's already there. Tell me what more. What more can we do? And now, we want to bring on our 4th speaker, the great statistician. And again, like Cudjoe, I have to say she have roots also in this village. The Chewits, wherever you find them in Montserrat, come from Cudjoe Head. Wherever you find the Chewits, them anywhere in Montserrat, they come from Cudjoe Head corner. Nixon Estate. So now we call Shivan to do a thing.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes.
Good evening, Cudjoe Head and surrounding villages. Good evening, MCAP family. How are we tonight? I want to start by thanking you for the support yesterday. It was truly overwhelming, and we as the candidates, we are thankful. And you have given us hope that on Thursday, we will have landslide victory, Team MCAP. Gilmore and Melissa have said it time and time again. MCAP, Team MCAP, we have the best supporters. We get calls 24/7, messages, prayers, you name it. And I want to tell you tonight that we are thankful for you. And on Thursday, when we win, ladies and gentlemen, it will be a sight to behold. Do not lose focus. We are voting all 9 down the line, Team MCAP, all 9 landslide victory we're going for. And we're not going for landslide victory because it sounds good. We are going for landslide victory because we have the best team. We keep saying it. Compare us. There's no competition, team. There's none, Team MCAP. You have to vote all yellow down the line. My good people, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because you need to understand what is at stake. Honorable Minister just started. Every 5 years we have been changing government. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing, and we deserve better. Finally, we can see the hospital is taking off. We have new services being introduced. Telemedicine, you can stay from here and get services from doctors abroad. This is what we talk about with Team MCAP. Progress, ladies and gentlemen. And we're not finished, but we have started. We have heard your cries. So many people want to come here, but they need the services. And this team has taken hard decisions to make sure that we have finally started. And we need to continue. When you give us the 5 years, we will earn the rest because we have proven that we are the only team that know how to do things. Ladies and gentlemen, the port. We hear lots of people saying the port is delayed, the port is too short, it's too this. But Team MCAP again took that decision because we are visionary and we realize that we're not going to grow this economy without having a port in place. We have been begging for these things and you elected people before, and what did they do for you? Nothing. It is important that we lay the foundation. You cannot have economic growth without key infrastructure. I keep telling you, some of these people, they call the words, but I don't think they understand what they're saying. Tell me which visitor, which Montserratian wants to come back here without the key infrastructure? None. But yet they're going to grow the economy. But that's why you voted them out. And you're going to vote one way on Thursday because only this team has shown you that we can perform. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we were asked, to talk about ourselves, to say why we're doing this. And imagine, as much as we are politicians, it is so hard for us to talk about the things that we do because we don't do it for likes, people. We do it because we genuinely love you. Ever so often, the leader is always on Gilmore. Gilmore, you need to talk about the things that you have done. Siobhan, you need to talk about the things that you're always doing. My people, we don't do it for likes. We do it with a genuine passion. When we talk about people that work and people that are visionary, we have done very little in our voluntary roles. My good people, as the president of the Rotary Club of Montserrat, with my own 2 eyes and what I went through, I initiated projects. And when I'm talking about initiating projects, as a mother, there was no baby changing stations in any of our health institutions, in any of our public spaces. And what did I do? Found the monies and install them in every one of them across the island, ladies and gentlemen. It's about working with people and doing things. When they tell you that we can't deliver and we don't, ladies and gentlemen, it's because we don't push the things that we're doing. But you need visionary people who can get things done, people in the community trust and are willing to put monies behind you to get things done. Ladies and gentlemen, under my presidency, things like the reusable bags, it was so easy for people to just say, here, Siobhan, go with it, get the project done. Sometimes change starts with you. And Team MCAP, we stand firm on that. So the change that we want to see, we are living it. And we are saying to you, with this reinforced team, you have a group of people who are willing to go the 9 yards for you. We know what it is to work hard. We know what it is to finish the things that we have started. Team MCAP. Yes, the first female youth chief minister, you're correct. Yes. Not appointed. I won that seat just like I'm going to win my seat on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Tell them I'm not new to this. I did it at the youth parliament stages. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, on a very serious note though, at this time, lots of promises are being made. And I keep saying to you that I need you to be vigilant. I need you to reject the nonsense because you know what is nonsense. Reject them. The first thing is Team MCAP does not care. Reject it because none of them could have done better. None. Team MCAP did not even have 5 years, my good people. Some of them had 5 years with no issues and failed to perform. Measure up Team MCAP to any other. And by far, this government has performed. I see it. I served as the chief statistician, responsible for assessing the economy, every sector. And I can tell you that Team MCAP has started the things that we need to take Montserrat forward. We are not oblivious to the things that still needs to be fixed. Charlene speaks about education from her heart. I am a mother, so is Melissa. And we are saying to you that we will fix these things because this is a team that has shown you we know how to do things. Reject them. All of a sudden, some of them have the ideas. Why you didn't do it before? And let me tell you, some of them want a pension. They need a second term. Reject them again. I said it to you in Salem. When we elect the wrong leaders, it is you and I that suffer. You need visionary people who can get things done. We have too much to offer in Montserrat for us to be here. When we talk about bread and butter issues and that MCAP does not care, Team MCAP, I can't recall another government who paid my light bills for me. Another government who gave me monies to go shop and did it for everybody. Everybody. Show me another government who did that. And lest you forget, according to the Honorable Minister of Health, COVID was unplanned. There was no money set aside for COVID, but they managed their budget and still, ladies and gentlemen, put things in place for us. That is management. That is good governance. That is putting people first. You know, it's easy for them to stay aside and talk because they have not proven to us that they have the know-how. So forgive them, but reject them. Do not vote them in. I promised that I wouldn't be very long tonight. Right. Team MCAP, please continue to work hard. Please continue to spread the message. Just like us, we know that you're tired. But you have been motivating us to continue. You have been motivating us in so many ways. And we're asking you, reminding you rather, that we are at the finish line. And we will finish victorious. God does not like ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, tell them that we are praying people. And when they come for us, they have to come good because we are covered by the blood. Let me tell you all something, right? This is no joke. We are talking about lives here. Charlene has said it. We are talking about saving lives. Your vote is very important. And you must vote the right way. And you're voting on evidence. You're voting on performance. You're voting on competence. And if you do those things, it's clear. Yellow. All 9. Down the line, my people. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for Siobhan Jewett. Vote for Gilmore Williams, Charlene White, Honorable Cranston Buffon, Melissa Greenaway, Edith, Idris. No, I'm forgetting 2 persons. I am forgetting the Honorable Premier, a man who loves and cares and our leader, the visionary, the talented, and the only person that understands right now the complexities to take us forward. Ladies and gentlemen, my leader, the Honorable Dr. Samuel Joseph, all 9 down the line.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP?
MCAP yes, MCAP yes, MCAP yes, MCAP yes, MCAP yes, MCAP yes.
MCAP yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We
All right, all right. What more have we done? What more? What more? Oh, we paid electricity bill twice. We paid during the pandemic when other countries around here didn't get a cent. We all got food packages and money to survive. All kind of things we have done. And there's more to go. The foundation has been laid. We need the mandate to continue to build on the foundation. The foundation is strong. And so with that, the 5th speaker coming up. A short woman, you know how the governor's short and powerful. I saw this one here short and powerful. Jamil, Melissa, Greenaway, come forward. You're up next. Take this. Tell them how we go.
No music for me?
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP yes, BDM no. MCAP yes, NPM no. MCAP yes.
Good night, Cudjoe Head. Good night, MCAP family. It's good to be in Cudjoe Head once again. And of course, to see the MCAP family once again. I love the energy. I'm feeding off of that. So tonight, you've heard Siobhan speak quite competently. I think she covered everything. So of course, I don't have a lot to say. But I just want to remind you, elections is in 3 days, or let's say 2 days. On Thursday, we need you to come out in your numbers. And there's only one party that's on that ballot paper. 9 candidates, 1 party, and that party is MCAP. And you're going to hear all the other candidates, where you have heard some, speak about why they deserve your vote. And I fully endorse everything they're about. They have told you or will tell you as to why they deserve your vote. As for me, I may not speak much. I may not speak much, and I may not speak loudly often, but I want to let you know I am competent. I've been doing it behind the scenes, and I can do it as your representative in assembly. So, one of the things I spoke about at the convention is lookout, is the rehabilitation of offenders. All of us here, many of us have been affected. We all know somebody who has done something, who deserves that second chance. MCAP is the team that has taken steps to ensure we get that second chance. We're all residents of Montserrat. We have something to contribute. MCAP cares about you. MCAP cares about your family. It doesn't matter what you've done. You are part of Montserrat. Montserrat is here. We're still here because of you. Now, I also want to talk about children. I'm a mother, so trust me. I understand what it feels like for you as parents and grandparents aunts and uncles, and education. Early childhood education in particular. That's something that I'm passionate about as a mother. Like I said, as of a toddler who's somewhere in the crowd here. Callie. She'll be offended if I don't say her name. Her name is Callie. So I want you to know, I am committed to doing what needs to be done for your children, our children, for our future. Because let me tell you, all of us here today, we are growing old, and our children are who are going to continue, who are going to ensure Montserrat has a future. And you know the team that is willing to support them, to make sure it happens, ensure the best is secured for our children, that is Team MCAP. Now, I know that you've heard us say all of it. You've heard all the wonderful things that we're going to do. And I'm not going to repeat them again tonight. But what I'm going to tell you again, you have a team of expertise. Dr. Sammy has gone out. He's chosen the best that Montserrat has to offer. You've heard us for many months. You know everything that we've said here, you can count on us. We're competent. We're dedicated. We can deliver. Tell me, where else have you seen a group of people that can step out of Montserrat and negotiate on your behalf? Do what is necessary for you. I've said it several nights before. We have a leader in Dr. Sammy who knows when he sends any one of us in a room, anywhere, we can do it. He relies on us. He can count on us. We can move from the street to the negotiating table. This is a rounded team. Once you tell us, we get it done. We can deliver. We have experts. This is what Montserrat deserves. Montserrat trained us, Montserrat supported us, and Montserrat is going to get our best. We are the best. Now, you keep hearing talked about, public sector development, economy. What does that tell you? We need an economist. We have an economist. We have more than one. We talk about getting you the money that you want. We have an accountant. We need the money. The accountant is there to ensure that we get it. But not only get it, to ensure that we know how to manage it. We use it for your best interest. Yes, that's where Cudjoe comes in. We talk about going to the negotiating table. We don't want to go to the table and accept 2 when Montserrat deserves 5 or 10. And that is what I am here for. If it means saying no on your behalf until we get to a better position, then I will make that decision. I am no pushover. This is not a team of pushovers. You have the Honorable Easton Taylor Farrell. This is a man of integrity. Montserrat will never be sold out on his watch. Montserrat is ours, and he will ensure that it remains ours. Montserrat will never be sold out under his watch. You have Edith Fenton. This party has standards. This party will remain a party that you can hold accountable. You can hold our foot to the fire under Edith's watch. We will never waver. And Idris, Pamela Care-Wade, a new name she got the other night. Idris will never let us waver in doing the best for Montserrat. Idris has done all she can for Montserrat. You see it in her work. Now, if you support Idris Pamela Wade, just know Team MCAP is the team to support. The values you see in Idris, that is the values of Team MCAP. You have Charlene White. Charlene is dedicated. She stands firm. She ensures that we get things done. You heard Dr. Sammy speak about it. It will be done under Charlene's watch. You also have the Honorable Cranston Buffon, who I often refer to as Dr. Buffon. You know, speak it into existence. As somebody, Dr. Cranston Buffon, as somebody who has sat across from Cranston in cabinet, I can tell you, Cranston speaks up for Montserratians, and he speaks with a passion. And when he speaks for Montserratians, he never wavers. He stands his ground. I have seen him. He is a man who, he stands in the background, but he cares. He cares. He's listening, and he will do for you. Now, Dr. Samuel Joseph, I want you to give him credit for bringing this team together. Honorable Premier trusted Dr. Samuel Joseph to bring this team together, and this is a team you should be proud of. This is Montserrat's future. This is what you deserve the best, and that is what you will get in the team that I just spoke of. Now, Dr. Samuel Joseph, he doesn't want me to mention that I've known him since he was at university. But believe me, back then I saw something in Dr. Joseph, something that I know Montserrat deserves. The future of Montserrat. Sammy is the leader, is the type of leader that we deserve. The type of leader that is committed. He could have been elsewhere, but you know what? Sammy loves Montserrat. I've seen it, we've seen it. Which is why on election day, I want to remind you again, there's only 9 candidates on that ballot paper. Team MCAP, look for the yellow background. Once again, October 24th, 1 team. 1 future for Montserrat, and that is Team MCAP. So I want to remind you, on election day, October 24th, vote Jamil Melissa Greenaway and vote Team MCAP.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
All right. We keep moving on. We're going to do the more talking when we get closer to the end. And we want to make sure everybody talk. And so now I heard somebody mention the greatest politician on Montserrat, Easton Taylor Farrell. And I'm telling you, I am telling you what Easton do over the years, I'm sure me no make a do. Easton look out for everybody at Christmas. He send out Christmas card. He do everything. You have to give him that. He's a politician all year round. And twice on Sundays. Nobody that could say what they like about him. They can't touch him. They can't touch him. And he was always doing that before he come into politics. It's not politics that made him. He made politics the way it is. But this man, he's still running. But you have to give him this. A good leader ensures that he has someone to take over. Continuity. And I've watched the Honorable Easton Taylor Farrell take Samuel Joseph to all the meetings in England all over to make sure he learned the ropes. Now I was the first deputy premier of Montserrat, and me not get one time I go somewhere and because me pay for my ministry and go. So when I hear about leadership has to be what materializes on the ground. The proof in the pie is easy. not just saying you're a good leader, but how did your leadership affect the masses? That's how you prove your leadership. And we have seen that here's a man, and the Bible says, he called all men because they know the way. And that is why he's still running, because he knows the way. And he called young men because they are strong. And that is why he recognizes that he must decrease and that Dr. Sammy must increase. That is the way the world works. And that is why I'm going to call now on no other than the Honorable Joseph Easton Taylor Farrell to address you.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat. We voting for MCAP. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. MCAP, MCAP.
Okay.
For this
Okay.
coming election.
Cudjoe Head. Look out. North, south, east, and west. Good night, MCAP family. Good night. We on the second to last leg of this journey, and we are seeing victory in sight. I don't have much to say tonight. Not much. What I want to say to you is that MCAP over the past 3 years have laid the foundation for Montserrat going forward, and we will do that moving forward together. We have in the pipeline the completion of the port project. That will finish, and we will then see a lot of cruise ships and more business for the tourism sector in Montserrat. It will finish under the next administration as we started it, which is MCAP. The hospital project will finish because we have done phase 1, we are on phase 2, and phase 3 will start at the end of November, December, when we issue the contract for the main building, and we will finish that in our next term. We have provided services that the other governments have abolished. CT scan, mammogram, colonoscopy, you name it, gynecology. We brought them in. We brought in cardiologists. And we gave you at a minimum fee of $75, but we paid more for it. The Minister of Health will tell you that. But that is our commitment to our health system in Montserrat. But what you fail to realize now, if you're from Salem and you end up in Cudjoe Head Clinic, your record is there. The doctor knows that you got paracetamol yesterday because we have now transferred the medical records to all health centers. So it matters not where you're living. If you have an emergency, any health center you go into, your medical record is there. That happens under this MCAP administration. We will continue to grow the economy and create jobs. We are committed to do that because we understand that in order to keep Montserrat here, we must have jobs and we must grow the economy, and we will do that. My brothers and sisters, I was willing to place my political career on one decision I made earlier this year or late last year. I was prepared to place my political career on the decision to make sure that the Social Security Fund remain in place and survive after I am gone. And with the help of my ministers and Melissa and others, we did it. And the Social Security Fund is stronger than it was before. The Social Security Fund will not go down in 2026. But let me tell you this. When we were making the amendments to the bill, Nayeta Mulcair went down to government headquarters and shout and tell me to give back the people their money and let the fund dead. Nayota, who's running now, said to shut the fund down and give back your money. The opposition leader in the House, Mr. Lewis, when we were debating the bill, he said the same thing. Let the fund die and give you back your money. And these are the people who come in to represent you. The only thing some of you have to live on when you retire or when you get older is a Social Security Fund, pension. And both of them say to shut it down. And I want to speak a little about Miss Mulcair, or Mrs. Mulcair. The bully. Because nobody can work with Nayota. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Everybody who got to post office over the last year and a half left the post office because they can't work with she. So what you say when she become a minister, you're going to work on people. Imagine. When she become a minister, what's not going to happen? But she going to work on people because already nobody can work with her. And I'll give you a secret. I was in the trade union. I was president of the CSA. I hand over to Paul Lewis when I came into politics. When Paul got into politics, he handed over to Nayota. Up to this day, Nayota resigned from the government service and is still the president of the union and have the union books and money and checkbook in hand. Up to today, she still have the union books and she's not a public servant anymore. I wonder why you hide. Why you hiding? And then she come up here and show off herself. Imagine. What tell me say to hand over the books to the people who are in the union and in the service? Hand them over. The mere fact she can hand them over, the question is, what does she have to hide in those books? I was president of the union during the volcanic eruption. And when I left the union, I left $78,000 in the union. How much they have now? And what do I do with the money? And I have a right to question it because I'm still a paying member of the union even now. So I can question it. I can still question her because I'm a member of the union up to today. I hear.
Oh Lord.
Okay. So hold on. Let me take you down a road because leadership. Hello, leadership. We have 3 people vying to become premier of this country on Friday morning. And I want you to take a few moments and compare their traits and their character. And at the end determine which one is better able to serve this country. Our teammate was here and he left and he resigned and he wanted to come back. Because we are succeeding and he have no say in what we are doing. Mr. Lewis, and I'll talk Mr. Lewis, because right now in PLM there's confusion. There's confusion over leadership. There's confusion over who should be premier. So you have confusion to the whole PLM party right now. Could you imagine if they were to win the election, what would happen? Pure instability. And the same thing happened to UA. Because only one man can make decision, and I'm certain there's some ladies in UA who not going to take no bullshit from nobody. And they will fight. They will fight. So it's real confusion. The only party that have stability and will continue to be stable is the MCAP administration, because we know who our leader is, and we will continue to support him to the end. There will be no backstabbing, absolutely none. But right now, Don want to be leader, Paul want to be leader, Shirley want to be leader, Nayot want to be leader, and the rest of them. All of them want to be leader. So a confusion. But MCAP does not have any confusion. The 9 of us gravitate around one, the 8 of us gravitate around one person, our Dr. Sammy, our leader. And we know who he is, and he's capable to lead the country forward. And so, come Friday morning, forward together, we'll move with him. Look at them. Look at morality. Compare the morality of Dr. Sammy with the others. Not called by name. Look at integrity. Compare the integrity of Dr. Sammy to the others. Look at family life. Look at family life. Dr. Sammy is his wife and his children. And my family, my members in MCAP have their wife and their children. But some of them have nobody. Nobody. And I was going to say something and I'm going to say it again. I tell you already, the British government trusts MCAP government. And I could tell you that if MCAP is not in power, you will lose out because they don't trust some people. As a matter of fact, the UK no doubt have a list of persons on the other teams that they want to come after. If you're not sure, they will come after them. Because they already have a record of their doings. And behold, your deeds shall follow you. Your deeds will follow you. So, what are we talking about in this election? Somebody just reminded me. Hello? Somebody just reminded me that all they're talking about is the governor's powers. Notice, I have not spoken about the governor here. Because when me and the governor talk, it's confidential. So if we talk about the road. But hear this. The constitution that gave the governor the power was signed off by Reuben Timid. And for your own information and knowledge, the governor on the constitution is responsible for the public servants. The governor under the constitution is responsible for the police and security. The governor on the constitution is responsible for external security and foreign affairs. And offshore banking and all others, security. Those are the functions drafted in the Montserrat Constitution Order 2010, and they were signed off in 2010 by no other than who? So now we are going to talk about the governor. He's talking about the governor's powers. The governor has no more powers than what in the Constitution. And in cabinet, the governor don't vote. The governor don't make decisions. In cabinet, the 4 ministers make decisions, not the governor, and he knows that. But you want to fool people. But I got news for him. Because, let me tell you something. His type of management no longer exists. The British government, the British I used to work with is not the same as today. And I have news for him. He break rules, he now break them again. Because he break the rules and put government in debt. And that is strategy, how we operate. He break every rule and put government in debt. And as you pointed out, we're paying the 8 million and the 6 million and the Gun Hill money. I understand it's still owe for Gun Hill. That's breaking news. I understand that the person who did Gun Hill still not getting any money yet. Because there was no budget for it. You see, when you operate without budget, when you work on your own, that will happen. You bend the rules. And that is why. Let me take a true example. Just follow me. Follow me. Look at all of the people who are following UA. Name them one by one. And check the character. Check them. Name all of them. You know, say that. Name all of them. Who no teeth paint? Lock up. Name them one by one. So the only reason why they're following UA is because they, and I'm saying that. Look at the people. Look at the people who are following MCAP. Decent, honorable, respectable people. Are we not got no vagabond to follow we? No vagabond. Are we not got nobody who broke the store to follow we? Are we not got nobody who do all kind of stuff to follow we? Because MCAP stands for good things. Moral, value, integrity. That's what we stand for. And they can't stick it. Because you know something? They're saying that I'm soft. Because they can't ride me. Me know a donkey. And because they can't come in and get the underhand cut with me, them vex. And they can't do it on the Dakisami either. They can't do it. They want people they could use, and they couldn't use us. So them vex. I got news for them. Come Friday morning, Dr. Sammy will be Premier of Montserrat. And MCAP. And MCAP will form the next government with your help, your supporters. And we'll continue to work not just for you who vote for us, but for the entire country. We always work for everybody. But we can only make it on Friday morning successful with your help and you voting all 9. What we want is continuity. What we want is to continue to build on the foundation that we have laid over the last 5 years. What we need is stability in government. Because no investor comes to a country where you change a government every 5 years. None. Because it's, you know what we call it? Instability, political instability. But we have to continue to let the government move forward. When an investor sees that a government is stable over years, they come in and invest their money. But when there's no stability, they're not coming. So here I'm talking about investors and investment. And hear this. Hear this. You're one monstration who live here. You travel. And you have a ferry lineup until after election. You have a ferry lineup until after election. You have twin auto lineup until after election. So if you under the power, it not happen. So what kind of monstration you be? You're patriotic? You're not patriotic? Because you have these things. But I want to remind you all. In 2013, the same leader who promised a ferry went to England with a man from Antigua and buy a ferry for Montserrat. I forget? The ferry made one voyage to Montserrat and asked the leader, where is the ferry now? We invested in a ferry somewhere in Antigua. One trip to Montserrat, and now you can find one ferry. A center is the Antigua ferry where you reach your feet, you bring. You have it for we have it too. So you can't trust them people there. They talk no truth. When we speak on this platform, we talk truth. We don't make promises that we can't fulfill. So, what you going to vote for on Thursday? Continuity. Who you going to vote for on Thursday? Samuel Joseph. Melissa Greenaway, Charlene White, Idris Wade, Edith Fenton, Siobhan Chowet, Quenston Buffon, and Pacha Williams, and your humble servant, because you see me, I have nothing to say about myself, because my life tells you who I am. I have nothing to say. I am who I am. So I have nothing to say. I'm not making up. I'm not making up. And I'm adding on because Easton Taylor Farrell is Easton Taylor Farrell. And I will remain who I am. So come Thursday, go out early. And if you can't make your yourself, ask Dr. Sammy, ask Idris, ask me to get somebody to help you. And then at the end of the night, we will rejoice together with you for MCAP. Thank you and God bless.
No for them a bad mind, no for them a grudge. Tell them that Easton won't budge, won't budge, won't budge. Tell them that Easton won't budge. That Easton, that is man.
Go on, hurry. Go on, hurry. Yes,
See.
yes.
They say he honest, stand by his promise. Some say he's righteous, a man who Montserrat could trust. They say he's simple, and love his people. A man who don't afraid to watch a spade and call it a spade. So for the
All right. You have heard from Daddy himself. And the point he was making about people in a group. But you should know the old cliche. Birds of a feather flock together. All right. Yes. Now moving on. We're going all the way to Harris's. I'm going all the way back to 1989 when this party started. And I'm going to call to the podium none other than one of the longest serving member of MCAP. Whether she's on island or whether she's abroad, she's MCAP and she campaigns from wherever she is. He has a set that came from that time. Beatrice Fenton, Vireen Thomas. And they have been stalwarts over these years. Now I bring to you Edith B. Fenton to address you.
who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. PDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat. We voting for MCAP. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. MCAP, MCAP. For this coming election, we making the right decision. We have the right slate.
Good night, my friends, supporters, and all areas of Cudjoe Head. I also want to thank Cudjoe Head for accepting me in their village for the past 8 years. I lived in the East, and I relocated to London, then I came back home. I want to be here to support my country. I was a former banker at the at Chase Manhattan Bank. I worked for the MS Osborne. I did insurance with Chris Fenton. So I have lots of experience. I don't really want to say much because my premier, Easton Taylor Farrell, said it all. Birds of a feather flock together. This election is not about me.
This election is about Montserrat, and we can take Montserrat forward together. Montserrat is our home, and we just have to come together in unity. And on election day, make sure you vote MCAP. Vote for continuity. Vote for unity. Vote for honesty. We have the team. We have Dr. Samuel Joseph, our leader. We have Easton Taylor Farrell. We have Siobhan Tuitt. We have Idris Pamela Wade. And my son, who have given me the name Mommy tonight, Pop Toy. We have Jamelia, that little tiny girl, but she's powerful. She Talawa. And Cranston Buffon. That's my son as well. We're all from the East. We are humble. We are humble. We love people. And we want to do the best for Montserrat. You have the best team. There's no other team. The birds of the feather will flock together. We don't want them. We don't want them. We don't want them back there. We're not going back. We are not going back. Forward together. That's what we're doing. On election day, make sure when you see your MCAP name, make sure that you put that little X in the middle of the box. Don't touch the lines. In the middle of the box, you put X on the yellow, all the yellow backgrounds. All yellow. We want to thank you, the supporters, for coming around with us all the time. I know you really support the group from a long, long time. You're genuine. And I love Montserrat, and I love you too. All 9. No turning back, no turning back, no turning back. I have very little to say now. All I want you to say, to remember, we are not turning back. We are going forward. The train stops in St. John's on Wednesday night. The train stops in St. John's Wednesday night. And make sure you come out in full force. Right? We don't take the election on Thursday night. I like to thank Mr. Kernan as well for being our MC. I thank him for the work he has been doing as a politician. He's my friend. We work together all the time. And he knows what it is to love people in Montserrat and to serve. He has served us well. And my last few words is to you on election day. Please vote MCAP. All 9. Forward together. And good night.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat. We voting for MCAP. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. MCAP, MCAP. For this coming election, we making the right decision. We have the right slate of candidates. So give us the mandate.
Me I try to sing and I stop me. Sure. Me look on your profession. No, that's not profession, that's a business. All right. I want to continue this by saying, for 5 years, this MCAP party has been in government. Have you ever heard us washing our dirty linens in the public? Have you ever heard about any infighting, though there might have been backstabbing? Because we see what happened. But the thing is, we stayed together. And there's no confusion among us. Let there be no strife among us. The thing is about leadership, because leadership matters. And if you're going to be a leader and a premier of Montserrat, you have to learn to compromise. It is what you do. Honorable Taylor Farris talk about when he has the talks with the governor. I have worked with several chief ministers and premiers, and you never know what they discuss with the governor. It's nothing new. So for others to pretend like they're going to come out and tell you, they never do. And I've been around long enough. Whatever I said behind those closed doors, only once in a while something may slip up. And you get to know what's going on. Because you have to learn to compromise. Secondly, as a good leader in this country, in this colonial crucible, you have to learn to do damage control. So when people like me handle whoever needs to be handled, there goes the premier would have to then soft socket. I remember in my early, this administration, somebody complained me to one of the ministers, and they called to say, they must talk to me. And I tell the chief premier to tell the person, give them my number, let them call me. If they figure that a child may be. So I know they have to do their job. So no worry, and the Constitution 2020 with the powers of the governor are the same as it was in 1989 when the Constitution was thrust on us. So they are not new. I want to tell you also that Constitution 2020 took 10 years of discussions, and throughout the length and breadth of the world, where the committee went to discuss under Howard Ferguson, Florence Daly, and a set of other people. They went to St. Croix, St. Thomas, America, England, Antigua, all over, and here. And every time it was raised, whether or not the civil servants should be under a minister, the people said no. They do not want it. They wanted to stay with the governor. So all them with the hypocritical thing now, talking about they go change it. They can't change it because the people of Montserrat, both at home and in the diaspora, said they wanted to stay with Massa. That is where it is. So let nobody tell you about all these new powers they're going to have and what they're going to have. And lastly, on the Constitution. The Constitution 2020. 2010. Maybe I should be 2020. 2010 is an order of the House of Commons. It's an order in council. We got the opportunity to discuss it. But the law was passed in England nearly a year before we discussed it down here. It is a law passed down to us. Montserrat does not have a constitution of its own. We have a British constitution for Montserrat. And it's about time we get that right and stop up and down talking about our constitution. And with all that said, we need now to forward together. That is our motto. Forward together, all the people of Montserrat, we're leaving none behind. We are not here for a select few. We are here for the whole of Montserrat. That's what MCAP stands for. And now I want to bring the next speaker. A young man who got here on a very popular vote. Very popular vote he got in here on. And we have the pandemic come. And when you thought things might have gone bad because people were worrying about food and all that, this man, and I'm going to say it again, gave you boxes. And not only boxes, he put topsoil in the box. And during the pandemic, people were producing greens to eat and even sell. And all of a sudden, we're out of pandemic and we're balling, we can't find food. And the box then still there decaying. Go back, go use the boxes. Those of you who know me that I say it as I see it. Because we keep talking about no food in Montserrat. During a pandemic, we produce food. We produce greens, everything. And so I'm called the Honorable. The Minister of the Underprivileged.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP?
To the podium, Kingston,
Who is supporting
Seabuvan.
MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat. We voting for MCAP. We on the right track.
Cudjoe Head. Surrounding areas, everybody hearing my voice, good night. A little bit under the weather, but please bear with me. My friend Val Polydor, good night. I love you like a brother. I know you're there. My friend Jenny down in Jones Hill. Love you like a dad. I know you could hear me. Good night. I'm not going to call his name. I said Jedi. People wearing Cudjoe Head. A friend of mine just passed a couple of days ago, Shy. And for those of you who know him, my heart goes out to his family. I'll give you a joke about him. Shy is a man who cut hedge. He clips them, he prune them. And I gave him a job to do mine in my yard. So when he came and saw the extent of the work, he said, boy, I can't bother do the job there for you. He said, let me tell you what to do. Borrow the equipment, cut your hedge, and don't pay me anything. But you know me, I believe I could do everything. In cutting the hedge, I mash up the man tool. So I said, you know you have to buy two. One for you, one for me. So because I'm shy, I have a hedge cutter. Rest in peace, my brother. Carry love and respect. We go work with you. No. There is a scripture that says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and say all manner of evil against you falsely. MCAP family, they have been chastising us from since we won the election. This election never stopped. Every time from day one to now, they've been on us on radio, on media, on the streets. But guess what? MCAP family, we are still here. We are still here and we will not go. So, y'all better have the ambulances on standby. Because on Thursday, when you vote, and I'm speaking so that everybody could hear, on Thursday when you vote, be prepared for the consequences. No. I didn't come with any notes, but a friend of mine inside said, Minister, say a few things, and these are what you should say. So these are not my notes. First thing, family. People, your family and your origin dictates the man you will become. And I'm proud to say I am the son of Glendora Allen and stepson to Robert Allen. Give them a forward for me. Because when we were growing up, sometimes you wonder what kind of mother you have. She will give away everything in the house to whoever passed by and then tell you we make up with what left back. That's the kind of a family I grew up in. Hard work, dedication, and determination. Now, Volcano came, pushed me through Defense Force, and people like Major Lynch and Fitzroy Martin were the people who did the rest of it. Proud. Alban Semper, big up yourself, my brother. And let me say this now. Let me say this now. For 20 plus years, no government recognized the work of the Defense Force during the period of the volcano. But this government, under the esteemed Easton Taylor, we decided we will recognize every military personnel who served during that time. People, that was not part of the script, so to my right and behind the apologies. Not only did we agree that we will make sure that every military person, we have changed the legislation to make sure that if you served in any crisis, be it hurricane, flood, or tornado, or overseas to help, or in COVID-19, you can and will be recognized. So, the next honors and awards, you will hear some names being called. Plenty of them, and we started to compile them now. Now, back to script. People, this government have been held to a standard that no other government or no other party have been asked to hold to. What we can't do, they can do. And as soon as you do something, oh, look what MCAP going on do. But people, that's fine. We are good people. And we live with a manner above the rest. That's why your vote on election day is clear. There is no competition, nobody to even compare us to. And what we have that they don't have, we have a track record. We have been serving you from COVID to now. People, we paid light bills, I'm not even talking about that. But during COVID, when they couldn't get out, they were taken care of. This is the government that did that for you. It's MCAP. And now some people want to come and ride on our success. That will never happen. MCAP family, you cannot let that happen. Well, I have to go to the paper now. The young lady in the bar said to me, Minister, well, the one up front says so too. You must tell them some of the things you did. And I'm not talking about nothing else other than agriculture and housing. Listen, I can't write so good, so I could see on me write them. Look. Egg boxes, brand new and branded with Montserrat names. This government did that. Animal feed, we gave them away free. We removed every duty from every animal feed that's coming into this country. So those who are in the animal business, they can't get them out to the port. This government did that. Irrigation. People, is 2 brand new dams. People, is endless amount of water tanks. Endless amount of drip irrigation systems. Water subsidy for every farmer who is interested. And Charles Corner, you kind of set me up. But watch it. I'm going to deal with you. People, some of the farmers are still paying $15. What that means? They're not using the water. Is that my fault? So you give them water and they still don't produce, it's my fault. But I have a solution for that. Read the manifesto, you will see it. Right. That one is not here. People, there's a gentleman who lives in Dick Hill, above the water source. There were some people who said he will never get water as long as he lives because he's above the tank. The Honorable Premier said, Minister, if you could make it happen, money is not your problem. That gentleman now have the capacity to get water. This government in action. Back to script. New tractor. New walk behind tillers. So people, farmers now can use the government's equipment to plow their ground or to do it for themselves. That's how you help people. That's what this government has done. That's what me and my administration have been doing for the last 5 years. Finding ways for persons to make a living. I can't say everything here because I'm going to be here all night. Roads. People, if you try to go up in Duck Pond right now, you can drive from down by the school all the way up on concrete roads. Never before has that been the case. This government did that, recognizing the importance of our farmers. White potatoes, I know it's here, I don't even see. Oh, it's right at the top. White potatoes. After 20 odd years of not producing any, this government produced 2 cycles. I could talk about rezoning. Ladies and gentlemen, when I got to the office, our sand miners was running out of material. Under the last governor, he shut down the sand mining behind our backs. Wait until we left cabinet. And if I'm telling lies, Minister, Honorable Premier will say, Minister, you're gone far. He waited until we left the office, shut down the sand mining because they have crossed the boundary. The last administration, I could call the names. The last PDM administration did nothing about it. This government went in and rezoned so they can go further up the valley, understanding the importance of that industry. This is not no joke. Not only did we did Bellum, but Fort got now is the next step. This is how you move your country forward. And that's what our motto says. Forward. And you want to carry me back to some people who never cared? Never cared. They couldn't agree on a single thing. And now they come together like, oh, we will work together because it's election. Who they fooling? Not me. Not me. There's more about people. I'll be here forever. Farm sheds. People, I went to a farm and when I got there, the lady was hiding from the rain under a mango tree. And some people have the audacity, have the nerves to say, oh, they did nothing for you. Some of the same people. Let me start. They have the nerves to say that we have done nothing for them. The last person who got is a candidate in the elections right now. She said to me, and one of the things said, I could big her up. Vicky Luck, I love you. She worked hard. She worked hard. Vicky Laka said to me, Minister, I'm going to move in the house. It's so nice. What we're saying is that we're going to store your tools for you. And we're going to use the water after the roof to catch in the drums because you can't get the water from the pipe. This is how you care. This is how you look for your people. We know. Anyway, all nine, me say, regardless. No. There's more. Me only halfway down the paper. People right now, the price of planting in Montserrat has gone from $10 and $12 to $7 and $6. Because we have a lot. The ministry mass produced over 1,000 planting slips and gave them away free. Are you telling me about food? Housing. I'm not going to talk about avocado. I'm not going to talk about citrus. I'm not going to talk about Margarita Bay. I'm not going to talk about, I'm going to talk about that one. Housing. Charles, my time up? Okay. The doctor Sammy said I could take some of his. That's a good leader. That's a good leader. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a leader, that is a good leader. People understand that governance is not about me and I. People, the state of housing before this administration was in a horrible state, very horrible state. People had roofs falling on their head and metal sticking out with their children. $1.3 million as a result of doing what the last government did not do. This government did it. 2 consultancies, and now we have monies. Money is in the treasury. I drive past, look out, and see them setting up scaffold. I said to him, I should call his name. I said to him, give me a cutting. He said, no, minister, you give me the job, me can't give you one cutting. So we have 2 streams of monies, 1.3 to repair and 1.5 million to build brand new houses in Drummonds. Drummonds that have been disregarded and overlooked by every administration. We have broken them down and we are building them back as we speak. That's job creation. I can't even find carpenters and plumbers and masons. That's what's happening now on the ground. You're going to get yours. Mark my word, put me back in office and you will get your house. I spoke about a shared equity program some time ago. People, there's some people, because of their income, I'm keep off on edge. Because of their income, they cannot afford the full price of the house. So what the administration did was what? Pay for what you could afford, government will own the rest, and even after you finish your part, you still can't own the rest. That is advantage. We are saying, once you cover your part, all is yours. We're not looking for those again. So the families who want to extend in Davy Hill, they will have that ability right now. That's how you care for your people. Fisheries. People, it's 3 bits of training in SOLAS. Safety of life at sea. What we are saying is, our fishermen must go out under certain conditions. So we have trained them. We have given them life vests. We have given them radios. We have fixed their boat. We have given them IDs. We have given them the certifications for their vessels. Facts. Somebody say fads. People, how much things to say? We have given them brand new trailers. We are building a port to make sure that they have a space. That's the work of this government. And in case you forget, it's MCAP. People, right now, because you have to understand we just passed a budget. So we have monies. Mind you, there's some things that are hanging over us that we have to deal with. And you see, a part of governance is learning to prioritize. We have some outstanding accounts caused by some people who are now back. That's going to jeopardize how we go forward. But guess what? We will make it happen. Fuel subsidy for fishers, that will come. Back to the script. Let me leave what I done do already. No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not normal times. The times in which we are living are not normal times. From climate change to everything else. I want to continue to be the champion. I was a champion in sports for our young people. I was a champion in defense force when they needed us. And I will continue to be the champion for the moving of Montserrat forward with your help. Ladies and gentlemen, One last thing. Sometimes you have to pick your friends carefully. Sometimes you have to pick the people you associate yourselves with carefully. And while I love everybody, I don't care where you come from, Jamaica, Guyana, Santo Domingo, Haiti, Montserrat, I love everybody. But when I see some of you old people turn against you and come down to the house to dissolve government, so that people don't get what belongs to them, I want to question their integrity. And they're going to put themselves forward under the guise of God. Ladies and gentlemen, on election day, your choice is clear. Your choice is absolutely clear. It's one team with one mission and a good leader to take us forward, and that's Team MCAP. So, on election day, this is a government with a good track record, because you can see what we have done. With a good manifesto. Listen, I heard somebody on the ear, and I swear to God, they were reading from my manifesto. It's like they take up my manifesto and decide, this is what we're going to do because MCAP said we're going to do. People, get your hand in the manifesto to see how we plan to take the country forward. On election day, vote for the team that can, vote for the team that has done, vote all 9 for Team MCAP, and I'm out. Thank you very much for your time.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
You see our boy they come into being? You remember when he come first? He's a politician now. Give the man some kudos. I want to remind us all that winning the election is on you and your family and your friends going out to vote. Go out and vote. And while we say all 9 down the line, I want you to understand that the names on the ballot are in alphabetical order. And therefore, you're not going to see all yellow one time. You're going to see the yellow background, but they're going to be all from A to Z. All right? So bear that in mind when you're going to vote. Now, the night is fast spent and the day is at hand. So we're going to wrap this up now. And leadership matters. And there's a scripture that says, all men shall dream dreams, and young men shall see visions. And remember, some 30 odd years ago when we started, it was give youth a chance, because then we recognized, and I remember that same passage saying that all men shall dream dreams, and young men shall see visions. I noticed the word visionary has been trapped all over the place. But when you're young, the Bible says call you because you're strong. He called you old because they understand the way. But old men dream dreams. Young men see visions. So, Daddy, realizing that he's in the dreaming stage, passed on to the young man who is in the vision stage. And so I call on none other than Dr. Sammy Joseph to address you. He is a young man that shall see vision for this country.
your victory. In the by-election, you won overwhelmingly. Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. PDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat.
Good night, good night, good night, Cudjoe Head. On October 24th, we're here to tell them plain that we're voting MCAP again. That is because, as we can see, MCAP and Montserrat has the best supporters for this party. Because some of them try to put on a motorcade, and end up putting on a funeral march. And when they saw what MCAP did yesterday, all of them frightened now and want to know what to do. When I see cars stretching from the beginning of this hill right to the bottom of agriculture, they get frightened and don't know what to do. Because this MCAP team came out to support us because they understand this is the best party and this is the party that will take Montserrat forward. And as we're driving through, and you see the comments on Facebook and the comments all over and the people in the houses saying MCAP that. And on Friday, when we come back into government, that everybody's going to say again, MCAP that. Because all of them were there before. All of them said they could do all these things. All of them are the bad man all of a sudden and can do all these wonderful things. So the same people, the PDM government got £9 million to build a hospital. And they're here, there, and every day. One day, they're on top of Hilltop. The next day, they're in Lookout. The next day, they're down a little bit, and hospital can build for £9 million. This MCAP administration, Charles afraid to say it, I don't know why you're afraid to say it, has gotten £42 million for a brand new hospital. That's $140-something million. So they're talking that they get $200 million for everything. This MCAP administration has gotten £150 million for one single project, for the hospital project. Something that none of them can compare to because MCAP that and MCAP can do things and will keep doing things, and they need to sit back, take out the books and learn from the best from the MCAP team. We don't have to pretend. We don't have to rent cars to put in our motorcade to make it longer, because our people come out because they support us. Them say that they could stand up to ASI, Paul Lewis and them, that they could stand up to ASI and do all these things. But do you remember, as Charles said, lest you forget, when we came into government, planes could not land at the airport when the runway was wet. You remember that? Planes could not land at the runway under their administration when the runway was wet and nothing was done. We got the money and in 10 days repaired the runway and now planes can land at any time. And this MCAP administration will ensure going forward not only will plane lands, but the Twin Otters will be landing at our airport because of MCAP that. We have to be voting for people that can accomplish things. And this MCAP administration has shown that they can accomplish things. Cranston has a list of paper there in his pocket, and that list is longer than the entire accomplishments of the PDM administration. We, as a government, let me go on this one. We, as the MCAP candidates, we sat down and decided what do we want to do to move the country forward, and came up with our own manifesto, our own ideas, had a presentation and presented to you. And can you believe that this PDM administration had to wait for a man to come from Canada and give them their manifesto and go on radio with them?
Oh Lord.
We can deliver and we will deliver. We are not so desperate, so your leader, but we're not so desperate that we have to find people that hang us up in Cudjoe Head to run with. We have to go down to the bottom of the barrel, and I'm going to say it without fear, to find people to run with because nobody wants to run with you. And as teacher Charlene say, dead bones needs to stay where they are because some things can rise again even after you give them the blue pill.
Oh Lord.
So, they need to stay where they are because there's only one team that has the ability to take Montserrat forward, and it is this MCAP administration. You talk about sacrifice, you talk about competency, you talk about ability, and when you say all of these things, it is the candidates of this party. It is the candidates of this party who will do for you and will make Montserrat into a better place. And we have shown that we can do it. From salary increases, I MCAP that. From saving social security, I MCAP that. From giving 2 brand new generators, I MCAP that. From building the brand new hospital, I MCAP that. From getting $14 million extra for the port, I MCAP that. From buying a hot mix plant, I MCAP that. From doing the roads in Dock Hill and Margarita Bay, I MCAP that. For negotiating for an extra $25 million for Mull, I MCAP that. And this can go on and go on. Unlike the other teams, when you ask who has been to jail, who have restraining orders against them, who are afraid to pass domestic violence bill, you're not going to hear a MCAP that, you're going to hear a UA that. We are here on serious business. We're here for the people of Montserrat. We are not here because your friends stop get easy jobs. We are not here because your friends can't influence government anymore. Because they have some people here that don't support candidates that they think have substance. They don't support candidates that they think have sense. They just want to put a vessel forward, and behind the vessel, they tell them what to do. So they put the puppet forward and they pull the strings. So some of them, when you hear they're talking about all these MCAP candidates have education, or these MCAP candidates have ability, that's not what they want. What they want is an empty vessel that they can put forward and tell them what to do, and that's why Don Romeo is so popular. But we are not interested in puppeteers pulling our strings. We're interested in doing things for you and for you, the people of Montserrat. And for this to happen, you need sincere people who are in it for you. They're not in it for their retirement. They're not in it because they're vexed they didn't get ministry. They're not in it because they didn't get the social security job and have their mother on radio begging for them. They're in it because they're trying to make Montserrat a better place and to move Montserrat forward. And that's why I went out and chose the candidates that I've chosen, is to find people who have shown that they have done and they will do. And you've listened to them tonight. And it's clear in my mind that if I come here and I turn my back, I will be fine. So on Friday, the 25th, I know I can sleep late and I don't have to run down to the governor, because no one of them is going to run before me and sign themselves in, because it's a team that can work together. It's not a random group of people who has come together for political convenience, who come up here and say how much they love each other, and before they cross that platform, already bad talking one another. We have been together for 2 months. We have been through it all, and we are coming down to the final stretch.
And we have seen the support that we have received from Montserrat, the support that we received from this MCAP party, and we are very grateful and we are very happy for it. Because even yesterday, I must say, when I went down to the park and I saw the yellow and I saw all the cars lined up and the horns blowing and the festivities that took place at Lookout, how happy it made us feel that people have understood and are understanding what we are bringing. And I must say publicly that we appreciate all your support. And that's part of the support. So there's going to be a two-phase plan. So on Wednesday night, we're going to have the big, and I'm going to call it the pre-celebration. We're going to party until 12 o'clock with Montserrat and all the MCAP posse on Wednesday night in St. John's as the pre-party. Because on Thursday, we know what we are going to do. We are going to the polls, and it's MCAP all the way, all 9 down the line. So when we see on the ballot sheet, Siobhan Chewit, only one thing we're going to do, and it's X. When we see Charlene Marva, Latoya White, one thing we're going to do, X. When we see Jamil, Melissa Greenaway, one thing we're going to do, X. When we see Gilmore, Papcha Williams, one thing we're going to do, X. When we see Idris, Pamela Wade, one thing, X. When we see Edith, Beatrice Fenton, one thing, X. When we see Easton Taylor, Joseph Farrell, one thing we're going to do, X. When we see Cranston, the next Deputy Premier of Montserrat, one thing we're going to do, X. And when you see Dr. the Honorable Samuel Joseph is X, because on Thursday, October 25th, it's going to be one thing, MCAP, all the way down, all 9 down the line. Because victory is ours, and with your help to go out and vote, there's only going to be one result. And that one result is going to be an MCAP government, which means the after party is going to be there. So save your whistle, save everything, because MCAP will be victorious at the poll with your support. All 9 down the line, MCAP all the way.
Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? Who we voting MCAP? Who is supporting MCAP? MCAP, yes. BDM, no. MCAP, yes. NPM, no. MCAP, yes. UA, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. No turning back. We voting for MCAP. Forward for Montserrat. We voting for MCAP. We on the right track. We voting for MCAP. MCAP, MCAP. For this coming election, we making the right decision. We have the right slate of candidates. So give us the mandates. MCAP, yes. The others, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on a mission. Vote Creston Buffon. Together we can do this. Vote Sammy Joseph. We have youth and vision. Vote Gilmore Williams. So let's pave the way. Vote Melissa Greenaway. MCAP, yes. The others, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The future looking bright. Vote Charlene White. Come on, let's do this. Vote Siobhan Chewit. Making strides, making waves. Vote Idris Wade. We on a mission. Vote Edith Fenton. We have wisdom to excel. Vote Joseph Easton Taylor Farrell. MCAP, yes. The others, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Witness the transformation. Good things happening throughout the island. Bringing change and prosperity. Embracing everybody. MCAP, yes. The others, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We on a mission. Vote Creston Buffon. Together we can do this. Vote Sammy Joseph. We have youth and vision. Vote Gilmore Williams. So let's pave the way. Vote Melissa Greenaway. MCAP, yes. The others, no. MCAP, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The future looking yes.